Hey, let's get here, and it's time to talk about public enemy number one, and that is Kafka from Kaiju No.8. And this episode deals with the aftermath of Kafka's decision to reveal himself, saving everybody in the process. And I'm really liking this one mainly because of Kikoru's father, and probably my favorite scene in the episode was with him and Mina. But the ending left off on a huge cliffhanger, and I'm really liking that. But unfortunately, we have one more episode left next week, so let's get into this one and talk about it. Now, picks up from last week. We see a meeting trying to decide the defense force what to do with Kafka, and here we see the reveal that the director of the defense force is Kikoru's father, Isao Shinomiya. I'm sorry if I butchered his name, Shinomiya. I'm so bad with names, but I was thinking, if you guys remember, if you watched all of the videos, I was thinking back when we got first introduced to Kikoru that her father was probably the guy behind the technology, like the guy that invented those power suits, and maybe that's why she had one. That was my assumption there, but we later found out that another member of the defense force, his family, is responsible for this, and kind of liking him, even though he seems like an asshole. He seems like the right asshole to lead the defense force. I like this type of character, no bullshit, but I also think he needs to remove the stick up his ass. We're gonna get to him here, and he wants Kaiju No.8. And we see Kafka locked up in the Hannibal Lecter style there, cuffs, things everywhere. Even though we probably knew, everybody knew he could get out very easily there. And even when they're transporting him there, I was thinking, this is so Hannibal Lecter. Like, that was where my mind was going here. But what I liked while Kafka was thinking about everything, everybody here, and thinking that Ichikawa and all of them, he put them to so much and has been hiding this. Ichikawa is probably the best bro to have on your side. No matter what happens, he's always gonna be there for you, and I love that scene from him. While Kafka was super worried, Ichikawa steps in front of everybody while they're moving him away. I have faith he will come back, and that's such an important thing to do, knowing that there's somebody waiting for you, even though he's probably going to what maybe his death there. Ichikawa's words hit hard here. And even more, continuing after this, my favorite scene in the episode is Mina, while the cameras are off and everything, saying she still cares about him. Everybody in the 3rd Defense Force cares about him, and she's gonna do everything in her power to try and save him, even provide evidence that he's still human, kind of present a case in his favor, and we see her throughout the episode preparing all of those. But the question here, my favorite part in the episode, Kafka crying and asking, can I still try to stand by your side? And yeah, the answer there, yeah, that was great. My favorite scene in the episode, kind of giving him a reason to live on there. And even though calling him idiot, you don't know that everybody in the defense force cares for you, and we see it on the outside saluting them. And I gotta Hoshina had a great moment. Yeah, no, I'm just saluting our superior officer Mina, not of course the Kaiju, but I'm also liking Hoshina here. Before we get to that, we see all of the members thinking of Kafka, what he did for them, how he helped them, trying their best to save him there. But also a very important note, and I'm glad they touched on this. Like, all it's fine, it's still in the defense force, but if it gets out that they're humanoid Kaiju, that's gonna cause so major problems, because we have seen it even from the start of the series. Everybody's used to Kaiju attacks, the defense force fighting, it's daily lives, normal part of their lives here. But if you introduce this small wrench in this normalcy they have there, hey, maybe your neighbor is a Kaiju, you're gonna see this civilization kind of go to shit, honestly. And I'm curious what's gonna happen when this gets out, because it's probably gonna get leaked at some point. Let's be honest. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting when it happens here. And I like that Hoshina wanted Kafka back mainly for a rematch, knowing that he didn't use his full power against him. I really hope we're gonna get Hoshina and Kafka have a proper face-to-face conversation again here. But Hikaru, I like that she went to her father, even though they don't have a really good relationship. He's definitely an asshole, and he's not a good father. He's way too strict. But when she asked him to save Kafka, to not kill him, to keep him alive, he's just like, hey, here's an X-ray, and his score is disguised as a heart, so he's fully a Kaiju. But listen to him, motherfucker. I get it. You're doing this for the Defense Force Kaiju, it's very dangerous and so on. But just sit down and listen to him. You can probably figure out date of birth, certificate back, and everything. Mina also grew up with him. And he's probably gonna be honest with you. Hey, I was in the hospital and an insect shoved itself down my throat, and this is what happened here. But of course, when you're an asshole, you're just gonna punch, shoot, and never ask questions, probably here. But we see a bit of a motivation for why he's like this when he told Hikaru he's a kaiju. They killed your mother, and getting a bit of context on that there. So this is why he's so hard and so stern, but that doesn't excuse the behavior, just explains it a bit. And I really like that Hikaru's different from him. Even with that, I still want to save him. I still want to believe in him there. But then swapping to Kafka, he tried defense mechanism humor when they were doing tests, trying to figure out what was going on about him there, still being determined to get back. And we see a bit of the third division having to be split up, probably for two reasons. Mainly, I don't know, maybe this was planned from before probably it was planned, but with everything that happened now, they're gonna send them all over to other divisions to train them, the ones that were pretty promising, the recruits, because more kaijus are coming and probably are gonna come, which is true also. And maybe they planned this for a long while, and even Mina said it, they're planning this. But also, I feel like this overlapped or maybe accelerated this, that they want to split them up that had contact with Kafka, keep an eye on them. Even they commented on this, but yeah, it's one doesn't have to exclude the other. I'm sure it's probably part of both of them here. And this is after that we see Mina preparing everything she can to do to help Kafka. And Ichikawa was instantly, yes, I'm gonna do it. I really like Ichikawa quite a lot there. And all of them after that trying their best. Aoi trying to get in contact with his old commander to ask for favors for Kafka. Haruichi debating maybe he's gonna ask his company, his father, his family maybe for help here. So all of them trying their best, still caring about him. I really like that. I know it's cliche a bit, I don't care honestly, but I like that they didn't dismiss him instantly. Like they swapped their perceptions of, hey, he's a kaiju, he must be bad instantly, despite everything that he did and how he was acting around them there. And here is where we have the asshole stealing the episode, the director, Kikoru's father, going to face Kafka or to execute him. I kind of hope at some point he's gonna say, hey, this has been a test, but I just wanted to go hard at some point. But it just feels too much as an asshole. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe not, but Kafka tried to reason with him, and this is why I wanted, hey, let's have a conversation. But you're not gonna get a conversation with a person like that, on at least at the start. Maybe after they rip their brains out, they're gonna talk here. And that guy instantly starts shooting him, rips his chest, even gets a blood sample from him. And here we see a bit of the weapons, how they have been using them from the previous kaiju. And here those power gloves from Kaiju No.2, I really like them. Punching power gloves looked so cool. And starts slamming, ripping, tearing Kafka limbs left from right, legs, everything about him. And apparently he was known at some point the strongest soldier in the defense force. And yeah, the reputation seems to be true. I really like his fighting style. No bullshit, just overwhelming strength. I like those types of characters, but also he's an asshole, and I'm gonna keep repeating it so many times here. Kafka tried to stall, to prolong until he was getting overheated, but I don't know how much longer he could have sustained all that damage here, and we see a bit of a flashback with Kaiju number 2, how in 1972 it attacked Sapporo, if I remember the city correctly, Darren. The director was the only one that could use the weapons made out of it. I do hope we're gonna get more flashback history context on the Kaiju. We have 2, 8, 9 and 10 so far, if I remember correctly. I'm curious about all of the other numbers there, the context, what exactly are the Kaiju, from where they come, how does that insect go, and so on. I have a ton of questions with the series, but we're gonna focus on what we have here, because apparently Kafka goes out of control. It seems like the insect kind of took over his body, and he starts transforming into an evil form of his Kaiju there, and inside we see him locked kind of like in a titan form there, and that insect kept repeating kill, 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 and he starts going wild, kind of ruining his plans of proving he's human. So yeah, he's not gonna be in control, at least for the next episode. I'm really curious about this. Hopefully also get some answers, but I don't know what's going to happen to him. They're probably not gonna kill him, of course, he's the main character and so on, but it's gonna be interesting how this is gonna be resolved. We have only one more episode, but man, when the song comes in, you know shit is about to go wild, and I can't wait for next week. But yeah, overall pretty good episode. I'm really curious what you guys thought about it. Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Kaiju. I'm gonna see you again on the next video. Bye bye.